Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, 2901 Productions and 48 Media proudly presents to you another round of Ab-So-Lute. I am Marlon, aka Amos.
And it's your man Eric, aka Boss.
What's going on, man?
Shit, man. Goddamn. I want Eddie Murphy to do another stand up.
I do too.
I watched Delirious earlier. Now, I fell asleep because I just got off work.
Okay.
But it really didn't start getting funny to me until the bit about Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, like, it was like right in the middle.
Nah, it was like probably like the first quarter of it.
Okay.
But I mean, it probably would have been a little bit funny if I hadn't been so tired. But when I saw the clip of the Stevie Wonder part,
mm-hmm.
That's what ended up making me want to go back and watch it. And that shit was funny as fuck, man.
Well, Eddie has said that he will not, the style of comedy that he's done in the past won't be in his new comedy because he felt like he was angry at certain things at the time, and also just some things are not politically correct.
Right, because that's probably why I felt like it wasn't as funny until the Stevie Wonder part, because like the whole first few minutes, at least 10 minutes, mm-hmm. was shit that he definitely couldn't say now. So that whole first half, he definitely couldn't open with that today.
I think that, God, like, it's going to be interesting to see him do another stand-up because of the time change. Mm. So I need to go back and watch. Well, I need not go back, but I need to watch Arsenio Hall's because I know you said it wasn't that great.
Man, I fell asleep on that shit.
But I'm going to kind of use that as a gauge because I know that he's helped Eddie Murphy write movies and also helped write stand up. I'm not saying that they're the same style of comedian, but I just want to see what the transition into today's time was like for Arsenio, so maybe I can gauge what I might be getting from Eddie.
I don't know. Well, I guess it's different for me because I've never seen Arsenio Hall do a stand-up before. So for this to be my first impression of him, outside of his TV show and the movies that I've seen him in, it didn't make me want to be like, you gotta tell people to go watch this.
So you didn't like See Me?
Nah. Nah. I could possibly give the rest of it a shot to see if it gets better.
Scale of 1 through 10.
3.
Damn, really?
Cause I fell asleep. I ain't finished it. So I can only get it off.
Get the fuck out of here.
You stupid as fuck.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man. But yeah,
damn, a 3?
Yeah, man. Cause it just wasn't. I don't know. It just wasn't there.
I've never been a big Arsenio fan as far as his comedic stand-up. Now, I do like Arsenio as far as a comedic actor. But, I mean, I would just wanted to use him as a gauge to see does he transition into today's time. Now, a way to do it that I think could work for him and Eddie Murphy would be kind of like do the storytelling thing. Like talk about maybe there are times in the 80s that were very funny, kind of like what Dave Chappelle did with Charlie Murphy. Mm-hmm. I think that could be looked at as a comedic way to bring yesterday into today. Because, I mean, that was like his most funniest sketch. That's like his most celebrated sketch, the Charlie Murphy True Hollywood Stories.
Possible. I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting. I want to see it
because Eddie does. He talked about Well, he didn't talk about Charlie Murphy, but when he was talking about he hate cookouts, and he got that one uncle that always come over and take over the barbecue grill. Like, I mean, he mentions Charlie in that bit,
right?
But like, I don't know. I think he could still transition today because he did the episode of comedians and cars getting coffee with Seinfeld.
I love that episode. It was pretty good.
Yeah, and then he did he cracked jokes on Cosby when he accepted his
Mark Twain prize.
So I think he could still have some funny shit.
Yeah, definitely. I would never put nothing past him. I mean, for me, I'm biased. I've always said I think Eddie Murphy is the greatest comedian of all time. Now, statistically, I know he's not because he doesn't have the longevity because he only did 2 main stand-ups. And he only has about maybe 3 to 4 comedic albums, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I would think statistically.
I don't know. Well, where does Richard Pryor land?
I would think statistically he's probably the greatest. If you go by sales, the length, because he has like a truckload. I don't know how many. I think it's probably like 7 to 10 albums. I'm not 100% sure.
I mean, but in today's time, can you really gauge it off that? Because the way comedy is consumed these days is through streaming services.
True.
So wouldn't he have to he would have to get his run in the stand-up specials on streaming services and shit like that to really be put back in that? Well,
I mean, I think you just convert it to, instead of, you got sales convert into, we'll count them as downloads, I guess. Like, that's the way I would look at it. I mean, it's still a purchase.
Yeah.
Or a listen, rather.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if it's streaming. But, and then Netflix, I mean, you paying for Netflix, so it's, I guess it's based on how many people watch it.
Viewership.
Yeah.
I think that would make a good next show. We can see who the greatest comedian of all time is. Well, we're going to get cussed out. Nah, you know who is Chris Rock. Nah, it ain't Chris Rock. It's Dolomite. Nah, just kidding.
I haven't seen Dolomite yet.
I have. I got to finish it.
I did hear T.I. was in it. Interesting to see what part he played.
Not to spoil it. I bullshit you not. I had no fucking idea that was T.I.
So that should be a good thing, all right?
This motherfucker was totally immersed in his character. Because I had no idea it was him. You want to know how I knew it was him?
The way he talked?
He said a word. And whatever fucking word, I can't remember what he said, but he said one fucking word, and I was like, that T.I.? Rewind it back.
That's that motherfucker right there.
It was that motherfucker. But yeah, I would give T.I. credit. Like, it was a small scene, but he was totally immersed. He hid his southern drawl with the exception of one word. And when you watch it, you'll see, you're going to say, damn, that's T.I. right there. Like, I had no fucking idea that was him.
That's what's up.
So shout out to Tip.
To when you see 50 Cent in a movie, you know that's that nigga. You know it's that nigga. I'm saying, but when I saw him play that pimp in that one the
Alaskan Killer.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Spoiler, he dies. So
shout out to Tip, since everybody always say I give T.I. shit, but I don't. I love T.I.
We don't really talk about T.I. on this show. You must be talking about like personally.
Yeah, well, I mean, I give shit on the show a little bit, but it like I don't take it as serious. But like some people be like, man, you be talking about T.I. Like, I'm scared of T.I. The fuck y'all think I want that man coming after me for? I ain't got time to deal with no 5'8" man that got rage inside of him and can use big words that will shrink me. I like T.I. I mean, I've been a big fan of his music. Just I don't agree with some of his activism, and I have the right to say that.
Right. Yeah. I want to go to a comedy show though, man. And I don't want to go to like I just want to go to where people do stand up.
I want to go to an amateur comedy club because I want to get up there and do it. I am still scared, but I still want to do it.
Hey, I go see it.
I want to say you put me up to it. They started booing. That's still a goal of mine. That's still one of my entertainment goals. I mean, honestly, I've done everything I wanted to do in entertainment, well, except for make a lot of money and stand up.
I'm gonna see who had like amateur shit that goes on the weekends. Check one out.
I'm just gonna go up there like D.L. Hughley and just pick at people. You remember when he used to do that shit? I hate
still do that shit though.
Bro, I used to fucking hate that. Like I used to say, damn, he can't write.
But I often say it seems like that's what you do when you don't have like good bits.
Like he ran out of material and she's like, damn, this is a 7-minute section. Okay, shit, I got 3 minutes. Okay, you got your ankles ashy. Like, I mean, I do think D.L. Hughley is funny, but I don't think people pay to see someone badger them. Like, you don't know what they're going through. You could have made somebody fucking shoot themselves just because you talking about their ashy ankles, like look like they kick flour. Just my thought.
Yeah. All right. So today's topic. I don't want to say this is like. I mean, it seems to be that we cover music and movies a lot. Like that's like our main thing, pretty much. It's the
meat and potatoes of Ab-So-Lute.
Right. Like, and it's kind of unfortunate a little bit because when I watched T.I. do his interview on the Breakfast Club and they asked him, well, it wasn't Breakfast, I think it was a Hot 9-7, but they asked him like what his podcast is about.
Was it Angry Ebro?
It was Ebro, but he wasn't angry that day. But when they asked him what his podcast is about, and he was like, it's kind of like the Seinfeld podcast. It's about everything. I mean, and I was like, damn, that's kind of like what we do, but we just seem to focus on music and movies the most because that's what we consume the most. Yeah. So, in the spirit of that, we are going to discuss the 15 biggest scandals in the music industry.
Ooh. Cocaine, Rick James.
This is coming from Insider.com, so you can agree to disagree, and you can comment or hit us on social media and let us know if we missed something. I do have an honorable mention at the end, so we're going to check it out and see what they got.
All right, let's rock and roll with this thing.
And I don't think this is in any particular order because they don't have it numbered or anything. So the first one that they have is Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake performance during the Super Bowl halftime show in 2004 when he pulled off a piece of her costume and had her nipple exposed. I don't know why people so mad at that.
I'ma have you naked at the end of this song.
I mean, anytime to see a Janet Jackson nipple is a prime time of TV to me. So I don't know what was so scandalous about it.
It was the most TiVo moment in TiVo history. Did you know that?
No, people act like they ain't never seen a nipple before.
Well, they never seen Janet Jackson's nipple. And matter of fact, if you go back and look at it, she had a pasty on, so you really didn't even technically see her nipple.
I don't even think it's the. Well, I guess it is like the nipple itself, because if the nipple itself is covered up on a woman, like the areola, like you can clearly see that.
She had all kind of shit on. You really couldn't see it.
I'm just saying, in general, when it comes to breast, it's the nipple itself that gets people in the uproar, and I don't know why.
Yeah, because a lot of times, man, I mean, I see people still to this day when women try to have like their shirt kind of halfway open, you can see their areola like on like sitting on top of their bra, and it's like, you know. So
so I don't know what the fascination is about the female nipple, but like everybody got nipple, unless you Kevin Hart teaching. Oh, you said you ain't got no nipple.
You remember on Boomerang when they was getting that clip of Sean what's his name? Chandre? Not Sean Strong J. And the dude was like, that's a nipple. Cause I'm drooling. You don't remember that?
I do remember that part. But I have not seen Boomerang in a long time.
Yeah, that was funny.
Oh yeah. Alright, so
I don't know what the big deal about it was, but I think the part that should be taken serious is what happened behind the scenes. Justin Timberlake separated himself from Janet Jackson as if he had no fault in the situation. Finally, after many years, making an apology about it. But it kind of looks disingenuous because he got invited back to Super Bowl and he didn't do anything with her or about her or whatever the case may be. But it looks like he apologized just to get the invite or whatever. It's some murky stuff there that I don't think people talk a lot about.
Whole bunch of sensitive baby back bull, if you ask me.
Yeah, but I think that, I mean, she got scarred for life, like, publicly. If you really think about it, Janet Jackson's career has not been the same since. Now, could that have been because she is getting older? Could it have been the actual situation? Could it have been she focused on acting and did a couple of bad movies? Why did they get married? And, whatever the case may be. Part 2, not 1. But, who knows? It could have been a plethora of things.
Couldn't say, man. But, like I said, I don't know why it's the nipple, per se. Because everybody got them.
That's a raw nipple, though.
And I don't know, man.
People want to see Michael Jackson's nipples.
I don't know why. That Dave Chappelle skit when he was like, I could probably describe Michael Jackson pubic hair.
Pressed, permed hair. Shafts and balls.
That shit was funny. Alright, so next up they got Kim Kardashian exposes Taylor Swift.
Loved it.
So when Kanye West released his album The Life of Pablo in 2016, his fans were quick to point out interesting shout out that he gave Taylor Swift on the song Famous when he said the line, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. Like, why? I made that bitch famous. Which was the line that caused the controversy in the first place. And it says, to the surprise of no one, like the lyrics quite caused a stir, obviously. Taylor Swift acted offended, said the song is misogynistic. And Kanye West claimed that she gave him permission to use the line. Taylor Swift denied it. And it says months later, Kim Kardashian took to Snapchat to defend her husband, releasing a series of videos that appeared to show that Taylor Swift gave Kanye West the okay to use the lyric in the song. I guess that's the definition of receipt.
Yep.
So,
I liked it. I liked it because most celebrities have a persona, a public persona that they try to live up to. Mm-hmm. Which, that's why I always say, they're a singer, they're a singer. They're not perfect. They're an actor, they're an actor. Like, let that person stay in their lane. Mm-hmm. So, she's always kind of played that wholesome, good girl, innocent role. As if, like, and then when situations have happened to her, she's always kind of played that victim role. And, to much avail, she did the same thing in that situation. So I love Kim for doing what she did. She stood up for Kanye, like, exposed her. I mean, it didn't hurt her career, and it didn't help Kanye, so, but yet it's still, the truth is the truth. Right. It's up to society to accept it for what it's worth. And, shout out to Kim and Kanye.
Mm-hmm. I think this next one should have been before the previous one, which is when Kanye West interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had the greatest video of all times.
That should have went first. I agree, because
right.
That's where the issue came from,
right?
Which I do agree with him. At that time, I do agree with him. However,
it's the time and place for everything.
He was wrong.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Time and place for everything. You should just put your ego aside, and like, if Beyonce ain't up there snatching mics, sit your ass down.
I think he was drunk though, wasn't he? I mean, that's not an excuse.
Nah, it's never an excuse. Because why is it that being drunk is always an excuse to get out of something that's your fault? But if you get pulled over for DUI, you like, I ain't drunk. You're like, yeah, I'm drunk, man. You can't give me this ticket because I'm drunk.
I don't know. You got a valid point. You damn sure gonna tell that cop you ain't drunk.
Right. But any other situation, Alcohol is the issue. Yeah. So I mean, that one itself is. I mean, that one doesn't need to be explained further because everybody knows about that shit. All right. So for the younger generation who might not know, this next one, Milli Vanilli loses a Grammy for lip syncing.
I don't know how I felt about that.
I don't think the lip syncing part is the issue. I think the issue was the fact that they were lip syncing and it wasn't their voices. They weren't actually singing. Now, if they had sang the songs but was lip syncing, I don't think that should have been an issue at all because Britney Spears lip synced her whole goddamn career.
A lot of people do.
Don't nobody care about that shit. So, you can't tell me as many times as she performed Hit Me Baby One More Time, that shit wasn't lip sync.
Which one of them killed themselves?
I have no clue.
One of them dead. You know that, right?
Mm-mm.
I think the light skin was still alive.
So, I'll read this for those that don't know. Lip syncing is pretty common in the music industry, of course. But many artists have been known to be stripped of awards because of it. Many artists, I don't know where they got that from. Because, like I said,
like everybody
lip sync. Man, think about Soul Train. All they did was lip sync.
You ain't lying.
That shit was like, but you know what though? I think because it was just like a regular TV show, that was like, I ain't finna waste my voice and I gotta go on tour. And goddamn, I don't know, but
I was watching Soul Train. I was watching, it was Keith Washington and Shantae Moore. They was on Soul Train and they was singing Candlelight in You.
Mm-hmm.
And that damn lip singing was so bad. It was so bad. But I was like, okay. I mean, I know both of them can sing, especially Shantae Moore.
Mm-hmm. Amazing
voice. But yeah, that particular episode, fuck, like, it was bad. But I don't know, like, I don't know how I feel about. I mean, yes, I know that they wasn't singing. Did you ever see the people that was singing? It was like some heavyset black lady and some black dude who looked like Smokey Norfolk or some shit.
Mm-mm.
I don't remember exactly what he looked like, but he just looked like he sings church music. So yeah, they were the ones that was singing for Milli Vanilli.
Yeah. Hey, so after winning the Grammy for Best New Artist earlier in 1990, the German pop duo was forced to give it back after it was discovered that their breakout album, Girl You Know It's True, featured vocals that didn't belong to either of them. Alright, so shortly after the controversy, Marvin recorded a follow-up album that only sold around 2,000 copies.
Damn.
That's, I mean, at that point, it's like, why even try?
Now, one of them can actually sing because there's a clip of him on Arsenio Hall, because Arsenio Hall invited him back on the show.
Mm.
I want to say it was Rob. It's either Rob or Fab. I don't remember. But dude can really sing. And Arsenio was like, so why did you lip sync? I forgot what the
It's probably
excuse
some
was.
industry shit.
Now, was his voice powerful? No. He actually would probably fit in today's time if he was young.
All right. So, and you know what? It's also because of the way you just described the two people that were actually singing.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably one of those where you don't fit the mold of what an artist should look like.
Oh, they don't. I'm about to pull them up.
So they probably just, it's kind of fucked up. Because in today's time, it don't matter what you look like now. Like, if you can sing, you can sing.
Oh, shit. I have to find it, but yeah, they
Alright, so while Marlon pulling that one up. Alright, the next one is, I don't really know how, I mean, this one is kind of not obvious, but like they both come so far from this incident. So when Chris Brown assaulted Rihanna back in 2009, everybody seen how that played out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was on multiple talk shows, multiple interviews, court case after court case, and they both eventually reconciled. So
yes,
there's no need to go further in detail on that. Domestic violence is not cool.
what the hell just happened? This is the guy. God damn. Sorry. That's the guy.
Okay.
The heavyset guy.
Mm.
And then there's a female. Mm. You think they can sing today, bro?
They can do gospel.
Right.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, in today's time,
off the look, they wasn't gonna make it, bro. But
in today's time, looks doesn't even matter today.
I don't know about them. Well, I guess you clean them up.
Well, I'm not saying them in particular. I'm just talking about.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
In today's time, it's less about looks.
Yeah.
Because they have artists today that are like phenomenal artists that back in the day at the height of R&B or pop music, Lizzo wouldn't have got a shot. But she is a phenomenal artist and she is everywhere today. So, alright, let's see. So, next up, Lisa Left Eye Lopez burns down Andre Rison's home. That was an accident.
Well, it was an actual accident.
Well, the whole house
was
an
accident.
accident. The initial fire was not.
She just meant to burn up all his Jordans or something, I think.
Right.
His clothes and all that. It was... I'm going to tell you what I remember about that. I remember having a Sports Illustrated magazine. And it had a picture of him. This is how you know that this motherfucker was hood. I love Andre Rison. But it had a picture of him. I think he had a beer. He was sitting on the corner, like the curb. He had like a... I want to say it was like Colt 45 or whatever in between his legs. And the house is burnt up behind him. And this is in Sports Illustrated. I would never forget that magazine. Man. I don't know if it was Colt 45 or something, but he had like a beer or something in between his legs.
I'm surprised it wasn't nothing harder than that.
He probably had already snorted all the powder because that right there probably, girl, man, they make me want to kill that woman.
I don't know, but I still would took a
and
back.
And you know what was crazy? They still stayed together for a while after that.
Yeah, I believe it.
And that's the thing. Like what I always say, love is to endure. That's some endurance for your ass.
Everybody has a certain level of crazy and a certain level of crazy tolerance. It's just about what you're willing to accept and live with.
Facts.
So I would have took it back as Left Eye. No.
I would. What was her name when she was on death row?
I don't know. I don't even remember being on death row.
Yeah, she was on death row. She released her own album. She had a different name. You don't remember that? And then she went on 106 in Park with the original host AJ and Free, and they interviewed her as if this ain't fucking Left Eye sitting in front of them.
Nah.
What the? Oh my god! I gotta look it up because she had a different name. That she released either they halted the release or something happened, but she was about to release it. But they interviewed her like, "Hey girl, like how are you?" And like, what the fuck?
But I can
like,
say
shook had everybody shook. But like,
I can say that after that, like my favorite line from the song that she did with Missy, Lil Kim. And she was like, "I'll be the one to blame as the flames keep rising to the top." She definitely owned that shit. She did not stray away from that issue at all.
She's always been open and honest though. Like I love watching that documentary. I hate what happened at the very end of it, but if you watch that documentary, man, she was very open and honest and just so cool, man. Like. She had her flaws just like everybody else. That's the beauty of being a human being. She didn't let her celebrity get in the way of her being a human being.
It seemed to be very industry smart after going through what they went through with what they initially went through with TLC. When they interviewed her.
Nina.
Oh, okay. That
New identity not applicable.
But yeah, when you watch that interview of TLC and Left Eyes breaking down and how you can be a multi-platinum selling recording artist and still be broke.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember the name neither. I do know she was going by a different name, but I didn't know that was it.
I think I was just always amazed at them interviewing her as if this ain't Left Eye. Like, should shake a motherfucker, boy.
I mean, but why is it difficult? Like, so, I mean, Prince did it. The artist formerly known as, and before that, it was just a symbol. And like people was mad because there wasn't a pronunciation for the symbol itself.
Well,
when they asked him where did the artist formerly known as come from.
Yeah, but it's Suge Knight. Like,
but what does that have to do with an interview? Like when you do this interview, don't ask her shit about TLC.
And you can't imagine him saying that?
It doesn't make sense though. Because if you're using that to catapult yourself into like rebranding, you want to know where that artist came from to make them want to rebrand.
See, I'm gonna tell you like this, EJ. It's 2019. If we had Suge Knight on another round of Ab-So-Lute right now, I'd do the show. If this was like 2003 and you want to get smart with him,
but then get smart. How that if that I think that shows. That would kind of show how fragile the male ego is.
I hope to see you later.
it just doesn't make sense.
Man, ain't fucking with that man in the early 2000s or late 90s.
Yeah, just gotta kill a nigga before you walk out the door.
Hey, shit. Like right now, I think we can beat his ass now. He looking all
half dead on them.
Yeah, he about half dead. Shit, we can beat his ass at 50%. Yeah, that nigga battery need to be charged. We got him. Speaking of Suge.
So next up, I don't think this should even been on here as far as the scandal goes, because this is just unfortunate events, and it's the death of Biggie and Pop.
I think what makes it a scandal is that it's still unsolved.
It's not unsolved.
Yeah, they know who it is. I just think they're leaving it alone.
But the dude said who, like...
We know who killed Pac. I forgot his name. Yeah. No. We know who. Yeah, we know who killed Pac.
Killed Biggie, I think.
But they kind of have an idea. Yeah. They shit. I've seen plenty of drawings of the motherfucker. He got a bow tie on. Yeah. Bow tie killer. You remember that?
Man, I was watching a documentary one time, and I have to go back and find it, but it was about a serial killer and the sketch the original sketch that they released on the news of this person was so horrible. It looked like a line drawing that a third grader could have done, and they actually used it. That shit was hilarious. I'm gonna have to go back and find it, but I'll let you know when I do.
That's hilarious.
But the Biggie and Pac murders, they say it's a music scandal. It's just not as much of a scandal as this next one, because this is an actual scandal. This is
a scandal because it had celebrity, it had cover up, it had all the ingredients that it takes to create a scandal. Right, it's like some shit on
something don't
Black Dynasty.
Right. So when Diddy allegedly was involved in a club shooting, and Sean took the fall for it. So, back when Jennifer Lopez was J-Lo and Jenny from the Block, it seems to be like her style kind of like transitions between who she's with.
Yeah, she definitely, she's a what do you call it? She's like an iguana. What's that motherfucker that changed color? Yeah, chameleon. She's a chameleon.
Alright, so in 1999, a rapper / producer allegedly was involved in a shooting inside of a New York nightclub. Diddy and his then girlfriend, Jenny from the Block, was arrested in connection with the shooting, initially caused by a dispute inside the club. It injured 3 people, including the person I'm not going to name. If you want to look it up, you go ahead and do it. Who was shot in the face. Damn. The charges against Lopez were dropped within an hour, as it turned out that she wasn't involved in the incident. So if you like dating somebody, and y'all side by side in the club. Well, no, not even say that. If you're with somebody who commits a crime and you get caught, or the group gets caught,
right?
The whole group goes to jail, right?
Supposed to.
Like if you're even in the car with somebody who commits a murder, you're an accessory.
Yep.
So there's Lopez was not charged. Said she had nothing to do with the incident, even though they were in the same place, the same time, together. Like Diddy, however, was charged with gun possession and bribery, but later was acquitted when fellow rapper Shine confessed to the shooting. So if you got somebody on weapons possession, bribery, and then somebody comes and confesses, like how does that override what initially happened?
I don't fucking know, because of the simple fact, if you're in a club, I'm sure there's surveillance in the club. So I'm sure they saw the motherfucker with a gun. No disrespect to Diddy or anybody in the situation, but they got your ass on camera. It's just about what you can prove, what you can't prove, whatever, you know. And plus, also, if you read up on, I forgot exactly what the fight started over. I think it was over a fucking drink. And it was because of the ego portion of Diddy. Like, look, with the power that he has, the money, the power, the celebrity that he has, understandable that you have an ego. I would not expect anything less. If I ever met that man right now, I'm pretty sure the expectation would be for us to move a certain way around him. Now, I mean, I'm still a man regardless of what. You know, and I respect your accomplishments, but goddamn, there's a certain time to swallow your ego.
Yeah.
And that was one of those times when I read it. I was like, if this is really true, he should have just been like, let me take my ass home.
You're right. Yeah, the only thing that makes it plausible for Shine to confess and everybody just look the other way is the fact that I can't, out of Diddy's whole career, I can't see him going from bad boy, take that, to we got an issue with a drink, blow, shoot you in the face.
Yeah, but that goes by perception. Because that's the perception we have of him. I mean, there are stories out there that he is like a monster. I mean, there's that the former bodyguard. He tell you, Diddy's the one that had Big killed. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's what I'm saying. Look, don't come after me. I'm the messenger. I'm just looking at the videos that are posted. Your name is all in the videos, so like, I'm just watching it. I don't know if it's true or not or whatever.
Well, I don't see Diddy as what's the dude from American Gangster, Frank Lucas. Yeah, Frank. I don't see this nigga Frank Lucas in the motherfucker. Like walk up to you on the sidewalk, confronting.
I don't either.
There, right there. I don't see that. I mean, it's probably a combination of both. They probably both had guns.
Yeah, I can see
probably
that.
Both complicit in what was going on. But it's one of those, hey man, you take this charge, I'll take care of you, and you ain't got to worry about nothing type shit.
Facts.
Because Sean was brand new. He probably had less to lose as far as career goes.
Facts. Than Diddy.
Right. So, it's like, what do you want to do?
We did skip one thing in this scandal.
What was that?
J-Lo must got some good pussy. This motherfucker made a song about her and then remixed it.
What song he make about her?
I Need a Girl. Go and listen to the words. It's all about her. Then he went and remixed it. J-Lo know how to throw it back.
Yeah, but niggas make songs about females all the time.
But he did it.
Man, he's sensitive.
Man, he got the remix with Genuine. Come on, baby.
Now, if he make a song about Cassie, then I believe that I Need a Girl was about Diddy.
You mean about J-Lo? You can listen to the words.
I don't know.
And then even in the video,
right. She ain't ride too far. She got the fuck on.
She got the fuck on. He was trying to get her to come back. And then even in the video, I think it was in a remix, he did a Jennifer Lopez reference when she was she had made that move and she beat the shit out of that dude enough, so he made the little karate reference. Go back and watch it.
Wow.
He was trying to let her know, baby, come back. I saw you.
He ain't doing no.
He did.
He ain't doing no. You need to goddamn.
And he had Usher come and help sing.
Man, what's that dude
He had the whinings
who fucked up with his wife and made a whole album about her?
Robin Thicke.
Yeah. Like, nigga, you ain't Robin Thicking it out here.
What Chris Rock say? We want the happy one back. We want the hey back. Like, you can't come to these award shows singing this sad stuff.
I don't know, man. Yeah. So that like set the bar. If you lose your girl and you ain't Robin Thicking it on your next album, just write her a love note. Don't put that shit in the press.
Send her a chopper and send for her.
Alright, so next up we got Ash, another lip syncing issue.
I didn't have a problem
lip syncs on Saturday Night Live. Who the cares?
I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, she did a bad job, but
that was like technical difficulties, and like because it's live, you can't play that off. You know what I mean? You need to have like a backup whatever. And me like, look, as soon as you hear a speck of a glitch, hit play on this.
Yeah.
You can go to the next song. I remember I was talking to my brother the other day, and he said we was talking about forgetting lyrics to your songs. We was talking about how that show Rhythm and Flow, how they only be getting like, well, it seems like they only get like 24 hours to write completely new verses,
right,
and remember that shit and perform it. And I was like, man, I forget my lyrics to a lot of the songs that I've known and practiced for a while. Mm-hmm. So I don't think I could do a 24-hour challenge where I could just remember the lyrics to like a whole verse or a whole damn song and then go perform that shit. I don't think I could do it, honestly, because I don't think that. Well, if that was all I had to do, maybe. But like now with other shit going on, I don't think I could do it.
I think I could. I mean, because when we was performing, what was that? It was one song that we did, and we was like excited about it. It could have been Ain't Nobody, and we was like, well, we're gonna go do it. And then we went to go do it, and you didn't remember none of this shit, but you had the version where if you was like, if I forget, I'm just gonna put the mic up like this. You don't remember that? Vaguely? Okay. But I had remember
that club off of Metro? Mm-hmm. Was it there?
I don't remember. I just remember you was like, I'm gonna put the mic up like this if I forget.
Because the way that I held the microphone anyway, if I was rapping and I forgot something, like the way that our performance versions were, you wouldn't be able to tell anyway.
Right.
So,
because I mean, but it was always kind of like natural for me. Like once I get a repetition in my head, I could pick it up fast.
Cause it was I don't know. I don't think I could do it. Like if that's all I had to do, maybe. But I have to like be on that shit. But I was telling her like, man, even the most seasoned professional rappers forget they shit.
Shit, you remember that? There was a video going around a couple years ago. I don't forgot what song it was, but Jay-Z forgot all that shit. He just stood on stage like a goddamn statue.
Well, I said that to say my brother's like, it was a time when he forgot he said one time I did the whole wrong verse to a song, and when I realized what had happened, I was like, I kind of like danced past the DJ booth doing the hook, and I was like, hey, go to the next song. He was like, I kind of gave him eye contact to see if he saw what I was trying to say to him. He was like, I did. So when he looked again, I was like, hey man, I forgot my shit. Go to the next song.
That's hilarious.
And he said when the hook ended, the DJ switched to the next song. He said it worked out perfectly. I was like, hey.
That's hilarious. That is fucking hilarious.
I was like, man, if that ain't improvising. But
well, you know that's the thing, man. When you're a performer, you cannot let people know you messed up. You just can't. You got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just like when we was up there, when we was performing, nobody never knew we messed up. We'll get together and talk about it.
Yeah.
But nobody ever knew we messed up, and I think that was one of the things that I was proud of. Like you can see our poise. You see other people perform, they be like fucking up and shit.
It was only one time where I could not withhold my disdain for being in that particular moment, and that was that goddamn skating rink.
Facts. I think I wasn't as mad as you. I was just more so mad about that damn corded mic.
Bruh, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Nigga, get off that shit. I was thinking about this shit to myself the other day when I was talking to my brother. I was like, man, next time I bring this shit up, I gotta tell Marlon, alright, nigga, your ego about them goddamn corded mics. I was like, man, I remember when Outkast did Coachella, both them niggas had quarter mics, and this is Outkast. Nigga, we wasn't nobody. He gave them quarter mics down. I was like, and I was along for the ride with that shit too. I hate these quarter mics. Like now that I go back and think about that shit.
Man, I fucking hate them mics, man. I mean, shout out to Big and Dre, man, but fuck them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, fuck them chords.
That shit is like the worst because like that takes away my attributes.
That's what Destin said. He was like, Marlon is more active on stage. He moves around a lot, so he's like, so I know he hate them quarter mics.
Hell yeah.
Like I hate them, but I can maneuver around that shit. Like that shit was just funny. I was like, man, Outkast ain't playing about these goddamn quarter mic, but here go 1/2 Ab-So-Lute. Just gotta have the goddamn problem.
Man, I hate them goddamn things, man. I ain't never liked them.
Oh man, but yeah,
that's hilarious.
2004, Ashley Simpson lip singing on Saturday Night Live, and they were supposed to go to the next song, and it started playing the same song over, some shit like that. Like I said, I don't care.
I don't really give a shit about that. I don't really think that's a big scandal. I'm like, if you said Ashley Simpson was doing cocaine right before the show, that's a real scandal.
Only if she was doing cocaine and tried to cover it up.
Right.
But if somebody doing cocaine and you catch them, I'm like, yep, that was me. Yeah. I'm like, where's the scandal? Ain't nobody trying to hide shit.
I'm not the only Simpson that fucks up. Hey.
Chicken of the sea. But shit, yeah. Man, when it comes to lip syncing, you miss me with that, because like I said, now Soul Train and Britney Spears are like the catalyst for being able to lip sync and it be okay.
You ain't lying. Why they had to pick that picture?
Even goddamn NSYNC when they perform.
Yeah. Anybody that dances fucking lip syncs. I can remember vividly seeing Usher on stage. He was performing. He kind of did a mashup. This is when Confessions came out. It was on BET. You can look this shit up. And he was fucking dancing and spinning around. And all you hear is, tell me why I should stay in this relationship. That nigga mouth was closed. He wasn't saying one goddamn word. He was tired. I'm like, it happens.
The only person that does not lip sync and dance at the same time is Beyonce.
That we know of.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
All right, but but she does a great job of covering up. I don't
even think she covers up, because if you see how, like, if you watching documentaries about how they used to practice singing when they were as Destiny's Child, like they had them running on treadmills and singing at the same time.
That shit is hard,
man. It's hard running and trying to breathe. Yeah, without singing.
I just believe that Beyonce, in my personal opinion, since I've been alive, she's probably the second greatest performer ever.
Bro, you ever seen that Cosby episode when he had to go back to his old high school and race against that one cat? And by the time he got back around, he's like, that's how I be looking on treadmill. Nigga, I'll be about to die. So as far as trying to goddamn run and rap, shit.
I feel you.
Man. Alright, so next up, anything R. Kelly.
Why they choose that picture though? 'Cause it look like he trying to calm down an angry mob. Like calm down. Look, it really. I had water, and I had to go. Calm down.
Hell nah. I don't know.
I don't even know what to say, man. It's just fucking there. Like, it is a scandal. It is a scandal that would rock the music industry.
But this was, we'll say at the top it just says R. Kelly is allegedly involved in sex crimes, but down below it starts talking about him peeing on, like, the sex tape, the initial sex tape.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, as far as that goes, that itself was a scandal because he was like, that wasn't me, that was my brother type shit.
Facts.
So, if it had been one of those, okay, you confessed to it, you went to jail, you did the time, shit like that, registered sex offender, woo, like, that's not really a scandal because you copped to it and you went through all the ramifications for it. But this nigga said this is his brother, that ain't me on tape, this nigga pulled a Shaggy. It wasn't me. This nigga pulled the Shaggy the whole time. I don't know what you talking about. I ain't peeing on no chick. Yeah, I've been peeing on the chick.
That's ridiculous. You're gonna say I peed on a girl. When she was young, why would I pee on a girl? Yeah, I remember peeing on that girl.
Bruh, I swear there's some shit that is never gonna get old. Those Rick James stories and Charlie Murphy stories from the Dave Chappelle show. This is never gonna get old. And again, another one. Michael Jackson is accused of child molestation. That was his whole career.
Bruh, I ain't trying to be funny. He ugly as hell in that picture. He ugly as hell in that picture, bro.
You know media always choose the worst pictures they can find of people.
Man, he looked like he did in that Thriller video. He's like, with his eyes.
Nah, his Thriller video, he was still black.
Oh, man. Look at his jawbone. Look at that structure, man. His face looked like a goatee.
This was after, like, a lot of his surgery. I don't know why people do that to their face, though, man.
Man, he ugly than some bitch right now, man.
But you can tell you on a lace point right here.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
R.I.P. Michael Jackson.
You would?
I said R.I.P. Michael Jackson.
Oh, I thought you said you would be Michael Jackson. Like, what the fuck? Man, you want to look like that? Well, you know what? I am tired of working all the time and trying to get things through the glass ceiling, you know, that we be trying to get off the ground and shit. But if you said I got to look like that, I'm gonna keep working. I ain't never gonna do that.
Oh shit. Alright, so
Excuse me.
next up. Well, first let me just say this. When it comes to like scandals and shit, once you reach like sexual predator, child molestation, shit like that,
You can't go back down.
Like I think that's a whole nother category to be in. I don't even think it need to be scandal anymore because then you just giving more light to people who don't need to be talked about and all this other.
You can't say that because a lot of people don't think Michael Jackson did it.
That is true. So I guess that could be the scandal in itself. But I guess for
I, for one, publicly will say I think he's guilty. You would say he is
dead.
Dead,
So
guilty?
my opinion doesn't even matter at this point.
Well, I would say he was guilty, past tense. I don't even consider this next thing a scandal.
It's not. Drake is accused of not writing his own lyrics.
First of all, we know he can write his own lyrics. Every rapper,
and we know he could write other people's lyrics.
Facts. Nicki Minaj. Excuse me.
Kanye.
Yes.
But Kanye already, well, he didn't say Drake wrote this specifically, but Kanye has been the only one to admit that he's had other people write verses for him.
And Kanye has wrote for other people because if you remember, in what's the name of that song? How you ain't gonna fuck girl on me? I'm the goddamn reason you in VIP. It's a Ludacris song.
Mm-hmm.
That piece I just said, Kanye West wrote that for Ludacris. So when Ludacris got pulled into court, Kanye got pulled into court. And that's when we found out that that's all Kanye wrote was just that one part.
Right. But like no matter how much you write of it, like that publishing is still split because you're technically a writer at that point.
Yeah.
So it's just like when like that one song that Beyonce did when she phrased a Soulja Boy lyric, and I think she won a Grammy for that album. Like you get part of it too. So I mean you can't borrowing, having somebody write. I mean, cause you think about it, when it comes like now, it's up to the artist whether or not they use a line or they take the suggestion.
Right.
But if you're the type of artist that writes and let people hear like unfinished work or unfinished verses, and you be like, yeah, I'm just on this, I just gotta get this or whatever, and they were like, well, why don't you just say it this way or switch these words around or something?
Yeah.
And then you take that advice, like that don't necessarily mean that they wrote something for you. Like, yeah, they might have given you a line, but they not writing your whole verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I don't really consider Drake not writing his own lyrics a major scandal. Yeah. Or a scandal at all.
Only scandal according to Drake is nigga from Canada. He act like he from the U.S.
And his baby.
Yeah, now that's
a scandal.
That was a scandal.
So we're gonna come out, nigga's son can vote and shit. Dad, hey, you're not supposed to call me that.
You're hiding the whole child. Let that boy come home.
That's a scandal.
All right. What's next? Nope. I already went through that. Why they got that on here twice? Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. And it says Beyonce lip syncs at the inauguration.
I had no problem with it.
No, I don't either. Like,
I don't think that's a scandal.
That's the moment that you don't want fucked up.
Nope.
So you're gonna take every precaution to make sure that it goes off without a hitch. Now, and then it's the Star Spangled Banner. Like, you can get crucified for singing the Star Spangled Banner incorrectly or being horrible at doing it. Case in point, when Fergie sang it. Bruh, they let her have it. So, especially singing the Star Spangled Banner at inauguration for Barack Obama, I don't care if she lip synced tonight.
Me either. I didn't give a shit.
So,
I was reading what she said, that she practiced until her feet bleed, and I didn't have time to rehearse with the orchestra, she said. I mean,
now maybe she was talking about like practice for a tour that
she probably was on tour. I don't remember, but if she was on tour, like Beyonce, regardless if you love her or dislike her, which I think she's probably one of the most universally loved artists ever. You know, you have to get the devil their due. She is one of the most hardest working artists ever. I don't know too many people that work harder than Beyonce.
Yeah, and then she said she did not have time to rehearse with the orchestra, and due to no proper sound check, I did not feel comfortable taking the risk. That's fair.
It's very fair. I don't consider that a scandal. You know,
yeah.
I just shout her out because Beyonce, in my opinion, when she first came out with Destiny's Child, was not a strong singer. She worked her ass off, and now she's a very good singer. She can sing. She really can. She's just a great hard worker.
Toya Lucky was my favorite when Destiny's Child first came out. Yeah, she was my favorite then.
Me too.
No. And she could still sing her ass off too.
Yeah.
So, alright, let's see. Miley Cyrus twerks on Robin Thicke. Was that a scandal?
I think it was a scandal just because of public perception. You know, the rumblings about him already being out there, was kind of floating around.
But I don't think it was him. Cause look how you stand. You just stand there with his hand in his pocket singing. I think it was more of her.
The biggest scandal was the Beetlejuice suit. I mean, she did what she did. I mean, I'm pretty sure like Paula Patton. Now this is the thing. The rumblings were already out there, but I'm pretty sure Paula Patton understands. He's an entertainer. Shit happens that's out of his control. It wasn't like he could just
like push her
off and be like, "Hey, don't do that. Paula's watching." Like he has to finish the song. Like you cannot let anybody know that there's duress, or the only time you fuck up on stage if you're about to die. That's it. That's the way I look at it. He did nothing wrong.
Alright, so for those listening who don't know, who ain't never Googled it before, Miley Cyrus and Robin Thicke set social media on fire following their joint performance at the 2013 MTV Video Music Awards when they performed a Robin Thicke song, Blurred Lines. Said it turned a little racy when the former Disney star began twerking against Robin Thicke on stage, becoming the subject of tons of criticism and think pieces in weeks that followed. Robin Thicke's wife at the time, Paula Patton, filed for divorce shortly after, which I doubt had anything to do with that particular event in itself. And while Miley Cyrus eventually called off her engagement to actor Liam Hemsworth. Now,
she could have been Thor's brother and sister-in-law.
I don't see. The only issue I have with Miley Cyrus twerking on Robin Thicke is that she has nothing to twerk with. So I'm like, get your bony back off my pelvis area.
Man, you wanna know something funny about that? I don't know if I'm pretty sure you heard this story before, but we was doing for home field advantage. So behind the scenes, technically we're not supposed to curse, right? Mm-hmm. That was something that Mike, expressed in the beginning, because Mike is heavy into his religion, and he felt like, like certain people would be listening. Mm-hmm. And I know me, I'm gonna speak for me. I appreciated that and respected that because he's my brother. Mm-hmm. It's just like if you said, don't say nigga, Marlon, because of A, B, and C, and if you really felt that strong, whether I agree or disagree, because you my brother, I'm gonna roll with it.
And you gonna say nigga, 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 nigga.
I probably would.
You did.
So we doing so. There's this one. We had this. One of our most popular shows was the People's Court. And we put people on trial. Mm-hmm. And as you know, it was Antoine Smitty Smith, Rashad Davis, Michael, and myself. So Miley Cyrus was up for trial, and Antoine said she was guilty. Okay. Now, mind you, now this is what makes it funny, because it's actually not that funny when you really think about it. But what makes it funny is the amount of tension between all four of us. Like a lot of people don't know behind the scenes, just like we just talking about when you performing. The public cannot know. Mm-hmm. There's so much tension between all of us. Like we're all hating each other at the moment. Mm. So, I think you knew that. So, Antoine says Miley Cyrus is guilty, and I think Mike or somebody says, "Well, why is that?" Because she's still trying to find her ass. And you can imagine Antoine with his old raspy ass voice sound like an old man saying that. Mm. And I just burst out laughing because I look over at Mike, and Mike wanted to kill this motherfucker. Like it was so funny because that was the same picture that came up, and he wanted to fucking kill Antoine. He probably wanted to kill all of us because everybody was like laughing their ass off. I think Antoine wasn't there physically. I think he was calling in, but just to look at Mike's face was so goddamn funny, bro. He was mad as a motherfucker. Like he was worse than a hornet in a beehive. Hey, I know that was some old folk shit, but that was hilarious.
Hey, can't censor everybody, man.
Woo!
Hey, it's like when Kanye said when he was working on his album, Jesus is King, he asked people like not to engage in premarital sex while working on the project. Mm-hmm. And it's like that's some serious shit to ask of somebody.
Facts.
Like especially if you're going through your spiritual journey to be in a certain place and everybody ain't aligned with you on that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of what that's like, man. It's like, you know that if you are one way, but everybody else has a certain vernacular that they use, you can't expect it all the time. Well, some stuff gonna slip out.
Yeah, stuff slips or whatever.
And you could, well, y'all was doing, you all did live at the time. Mm-hmm. So I was gonna say, it's not like podcast where you could bleep it out before you post it.
Oh no, that was live all the way. Boy, I'm telling you, I wish we did cameras at the time. But that goddamn camera would have zoomed in on Mike. Well, America would have seen that motherfucker was ruthless.
Alright, so last but not least, and we're going to let y'all get out of here because it's been over an hour. So, last but not least, the last scandal for the top 25 in the music industry, when Remy Ma went to jail. So, back in 2008, rapper Remy Ma was sentenced to 8 years in prison after being involved in a shooting with a former friend. After claims of being robbed by a member of her entourage, the New York MC was involved in an argument that ended with her friend Makita Barnes Joseph being shot twice. Damn. Remy Ma's real name is Remnants Mackey. Was later found guilty of 2 charges of assault. Like, damn.
I would have rather not known her real name. Cause it sounds like you leaving remnants or something. Like you leaving remnants on the table, remnants on your sheets.
I don't know, man. Well, I mean, as far as artists taking like just part of their name and running with it for stage name purposes, I mean it fits.
I don't mind Remy Ma. I'm just saying remnants. You left remnants.
I mean, because it's just the first 4 letters of her first name and then the first 2 letters of her last name. As opposed to Nicki Minaj, her
name is so difficult.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it sounds real similar to her stage name. So, and then somebody who has one of the most popular artists with the simplest name, Eminem.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
It's just his initials.
I'm just saying.
It's just spelled out.
You left remnants of semen in her hair. I'm just saying.
Alright, so
not a nice name.
That was Insiders.com biggest scandals in the music industry. Well, this was published in 2017. So, top 15 of the biggest scandals in the music industry by Insider.com. Let us know if you agree or disagree. Like I said, I have an honorable mention that probably should have been on this list. Now, it does involve Kanye West when he said George Bush does not care about black people while doing the segment on the
GMA, I think it was
the Hurricane Katrina benefits concert. So I think that should have been on there.
I think what was classic for me with that is the look on Chris Tucker's face afterwards. Oh boy, I would have paid $1 million to be inside of Chris Tucker's head at that moment.
I think he should have. Oh, so you just went for it, huh? you just let it all, just left it all out on the stage.
He was just stuck. You remember that?
I do. I think if he had been like, oh really? That's how you really feel, Kanye.
And Mike Myers, he was like, yeah, this nigga ain't gonna never be on Austin Powers.
Oh man, but that's our show for today. We appreciate you checking in with another round of Ab-So-Lute.
Yep.
I'm gonna try to come up with a topic for next week, and I still forgot to do my damn song of the week and movie of the week. I think I have to have more than one because I watch so much stuff. I watch like cheesy sci-fi horror. I watch documentaries on different shit. I watch stand-ups. So I think I'm gonna just start keeping note of everything that I watch like throughout the week, And if it's good enough to mention on the show, then I'll put that bug in y'all ear for y'all to check it out. But if you have not seen Wu-Tang, An American Saga, the first season, like all 10 episodes on Amazon, on Hulu.
Was it Netflix?
No, it's not Netflix, okay. It's Hulu. So if you haven't seen it, find somebody who got a Hulu account, check that shit out. Shout out my niece Kiera, cause I use the hell out of her.
Hey, I do gotta tell you, man. I took your recommendation. I watched Hobbs and Shaw. Thought it was really good. I hated seeing Kevin Hart in that movie. I really did.
I told you it kind of knocked you out of that space that the movie was in up until that point.
Yeah,
just for that point. So
I want to see him get better. I want to see him back doing his thing. I just don't want to see that much of him. But yeah, I was pissed when I saw his face.
But obviously that was recorded a while ago. So
yeah.
They shot that. So.
But shit, we don't. How many movies has Kevin Hart been in this year?
I don't know.
About at as many as The Rock. Rock has been in 2.
Well, no, I don't know. Jumanji
I get tired of seeing The Rock too, though. And I'm a big Dwayne Johnson fan. I get tired of seeing his face too. Let me miss you.
You gotta get the money while the money is good to get.
And I respect that too. But then I look at people like Eddie Murphy, who people are clamoring for him. Like, this dude can name his price.
I mean, because he's taking time off. Like, but at one point, like, this motherfucker was everywhere.
Yeah, I did get a little tired of Ed too. I did get tired of Ed too. I would admit that.
Well, ain't nobody saying, "Oh, bring us another Norbit or another Meet Dave."
Man, you bring me another Meet Dave, I ain't no fan no more. I ain't even gonna lie. No, if I even see part 2,
I don't think it'll be a part 2. Alright, so make sure you check us out on Podbean, which is where all of our podcasts are hosted. And from that site, you can find every link to where the rest of our podcasts are hosted, in case you have like Google Play Music or Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Alright, all the links are on Podbean. So just search for Another Round of Ab-So-Lute, and there you go. And with that said, till next week. We out this video.
Good night, bitches. Why they keep on hating on me, dog? I don't